All right, so uh, you've shared a pretty interesting stack of sources about the Home Business Academy, HBA for short. We're talking everything from, well, some pretty bold ads to like some more, level-headed reviews. It seems like you're trying to figure out, like, is this thing legit or is it just another one of those internet mirages, right?
You're definitely picking up what we're putting down,
Yeah,
and that's exactly why we're here. We're going to help you cut through all that noise and figure out if HBA actually lives up to the hype.
love it. So let's just, start with the basics.
Huh.
What is the Home Business Academy, really? Because we've got this AIO Biz excerpt, and it's practically like screaming at me 24-hour results. But I have
Yeah.
a feeling there's a bit more to it than that, right?
Yeah, you're right to be a little skeptical. That kind of language, it's definitely a classic red flag, especially in the online business world. But if we can kind of look past the hype for a second, HBA is basically a platform that gives you the tools and training to, well, start your own online business. And they really seem to focus on affiliate marketing.
Yeah, and they really push that whole all-in-one angle, don't they? It's like they're saying, you don't need to know a thing about online business. We've got you covered. Website building, funnels, traffic even, like financial literacy, it's all there.
Right, and it's a pretty smart approach when you think about it because honestly, the whole idea of starting an online business, it can be super overwhelming, especially if you're starting from scratch. So, HBA is really trying to present themselves as that like one-stop shop, which, can be tempting.
For sure. And to kind of sweeten the deal, they even highlight their charitable giving. Like they donate some of their profits to help feed hungry children,
Mhm.
which, amazing cause, but it also makes you wonder if it's maybe partly a marketing tactic as well.
It's definitely something to keep in mind as we kind of dig a little deeper into their whole marketing approach, which, as we've seen, it leans pretty heavily into those too good to be true type
Oh,
promises.
absolutely. I mean, come on, a $25 business that's going to make you a fortune, please. It's almost laughable. But there is that FTC disclaimer kind of tucked away in a few of these sources.
Mm.
And it mentions that the average affiliate income is actually way lower than those, flashy figures they're throwing around.
That disclaimer is super important. It kind of exposes the reality behind all the hype. You see, the online business space, it's kind of notorious for these get rich quick schemes. And they prey on people's desire for, financial freedom, obviously. And a lot of times these schemes, they rely on, well, exaggerated marketing to kind of hide the fact that there's not a lot of substance there.
Which is exactly why that FTC disclaimer is there in the first place, right? It's like this little voice saying, hey, maybe don't believe everything you read.
Exactly. And that's why it's so crucial to be cautious. You can't buy into these unrealistic expectations. Building a successful business, whether it's online or offline, it takes time, it takes work, and honestly, a whole lot of resilience.
It's not about getting rich overnight. It's about putting in the work and building something that will last. So let's shift gears a bit and look at what HBA is actually offering when it comes to like their products. Is there any real value there?
Okay, so this is where it gets interesting. Their main product, the HBA Funnel Builder, it's actually pretty competitive, especially if you compare it to like the big players in the industry, like ClickFunnels, for example.
That's true. They really emphasize affordability, which is a huge deal for anyone who's just starting out and doesn't have a ton of cash to throw around.
Totally. And you know what else stands out about their funnel builder? They offer unlimited pages, and they do it for a fraction of the cost of some of their competitors. For someone on a tight budget, that could be a game changer.
And like, it's not just about the price point, right? They've also got this whole traffic and conversions academy thing. Seems like they cover a decent mix of strategies in there.
Yeah, you're right. They actually offer training on both free and paid traffic methods, which is pretty cool.
Right, because not everyone's working with a huge ad budget right off the bat,
Hmm.
especially when you're just starting out.
Exactly. And, paid traffic can be a bit of a minefield if you don't know what you're doing. So it's good that they're not just pushing the expensive options.
Makes sense. Offering both kind of suggests they understand the challenges their target audience is facing. Like, they're not just saying, here's how to blow a ton of money on ads. It's more like, here's how to build an audience without, breaking the bank.
Right. And speaking of challenges, this is where I think HBA might actually have a bit of an edge. They seem to offer a lot of live coaching and community support, which isn't something you always see with these types of programs.
Totally. It's like you join some of these expensive programs and then crickets.
Yeah.
Once you've paid, that's it.
Yeah.
But with HBA's focus on community, that could be really valuable. especially for someone who's brand new to this world.
For sure, it gives you accountability, right? Like, you've got a network of people who are all in the same boat. Plus, you have access to more experienced folks who can offer guidance and support along the way.
Yeah, and it creates that sense of community, which can be so important when you're working online, right?
Yeah.
It's easy to feel isolated otherwise.
Totally. It's that sense of belonging, that shared purpose. It can make a huge difference in your motivation and ultimately your success.
Oh, and we can't forget about the Financial Literacy Academy they have.
Yeah.
Maybe not as flashy as some of their other stuff, but it seems like a valuable thing to have.
Oh, for sure. Understanding your finances is key, right? It's about managing your money effectively, understanding cash flow,
Yeah.
those kinds of things.
Yeah, and those are often overlooked, especially in the online business world, where it's so easy to get caught up in the whole quick profits mentality.
Exactly. And that kind of brings us back to those get-rich-quick schemes we were talking about. HBA offering financial literacy training. It suggests they're actually trying to set their members up for long-term success, not just a quick buck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Building a solid foundation, not chasing unrealistic promises, right?
100%.
Okay, so let's talk about the elephant in the room, shall we? Affiliate marketing. It's basically the heart of their business model, and it's a big part of those income claims we've seen.
Right.
Now, some folks listening might already be familiar with affiliate marketing, but for those who aren't, can you break it down for us?
Absolutely. Okay. Imagine you recommend a product you love to a friend, right? And then they buy it based on your recommendation. That's kind of the essence of affiliate marketing, just on a larger scale.
Got it. So you're not creating your own products, you're promoting other companies' products, and then you earn a commission on any sales that you drive through, what, like a unique link or something?
Exactly. Like you're a digital salesperson, but without having to deal with the whole customer service or inventory side of things.
Okay, that makes sense. So that's why HBA talks so much about income potential. They're essentially teaching people how to be successful affiliates, just like them.
Right. HBA itself is built on this whole model. Now, look, there's nothing wrong with affiliate marketing. It can be a legit way to make money online, but it's not a magic bullet,
It's not as simple as just slapping up your link and watching the money roll in.
Unfortunately not. Affiliate marketing has its own challenges, right? You have to drive traffic to your offers, build trust with an audience, and actually, effectively promote products that make sense for them. It takes work, just like any other business.
And it's a jungle out there, right? I mean,
Yeah.
there are a ton of affiliates all competing for attention, all trying to promote like the same stuff.
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely a crowded space. And, that actually brings us to a really good point that one of the reviewers you shared brought up, the whole idea of residual income.
Okay, yeah.
So it's true that affiliate marketing can lead to some ongoing revenue, from past efforts, but it's not exactly a guarantee.
It's not like you just set it and forget it, right? You can't just promote something once and then just kick back and watch the commissions roll in forever.
Not quite. Let's say, for example, you promote this online course, right? And you do really well. You make a good chunk of commissions in the first few months, but then maybe the course creator, they stop updating the content, or maybe a better course comes out and people they lose interest. Suddenly that income stream you had, it could just dry up if you're not constantly adapting, promoting new offers, keeping your audience engaged.
So you're saying, yeah, residual income is possible, but it takes work, constant effort.
Exactly. It's not truly passive income. Think of it like building an asset, right?
Right.
It can generate income over time, but you got to maintain it, manage it.
That makes a lot of sense. You know what's interesting? HBA talks a lot about hype-free marketing and principle-centered leadership, all that good stuff. But then some of the marketing we've seen, like that AIO biz thing,
Yeah.
well, it seems kind of contradictory, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely a fair point. There's a bit of a disconnect, between the image they're trying to project and the actual tactics they use sometimes.
And it's not just about being ethical, which is obviously important,
Right.
but just from a purely strategic point of view, relying too much on hype, it can backfire. You might grab some attention initially, but it's not a great way to build trust, long term.
100%. Hype might get you some quick wins, but it rarely leads to lasting success. You got to have authenticity, transparency, you got to deliver on your promises consistently.
Under promise, over deliver, right?
Exactly. That's how you build real trust and loyalty.
Awesome. So let's bring it all together. We've covered a ton of ground here.
Yeah.
For someone out there who's maybe considering HBA, what should they be taking away from all of this? What are the key things to think about?
Okay, so bottom line, HBA does give you tools and training to build an online business. Their focus is definitely affiliate marketing, and honestly, their pricing is pretty attractive, especially compared to some of the other programs out there.
Yeah, those monthly fees seem pretty reasonable for what they're offering.
They are. However, and this is a big however, that emphasis on quick income and, well, the use of hype in some of their marketing, it should raise some eyebrows. You really got to approach HBA or any online business opportunity with a healthy dose of skepticism.
Don't get blinded by the dream of, making tons of money overnight. Like, do your research, understand the work involved, be realistic about the time and effort it takes to actually succeed.
Absolutely. Look, there's no such thing as a get-rich-quick scheme that actually works. Success online, just like anywhere else, it takes time, dedication, and a whole lot of hustle.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So to our listener who's intrigued by HBA and this whole online business thing, don't stop here. Explore beyond just HBA. Take some time to really learn about the industry itself, check out different business models, really dig into how affiliate marketing actually works.
Yeah, knowledge is power. And in the online world where there's so much information all the time, being informed is the best thing you can do for yourself.
Exactly. It's about giving yourself the tools to make the best decision for you, for your own goals and circumstances.
Couldn't agree more. Because at the end of the day, your success, it all comes down to your choices, the effort you put in, and your willingness to do the work.
I think that's a great place to wrap things up. Thanks for joining me for another deep dive. We'll see you in the next one.